Thank you, everyone. And I hope I don't have spotty internet connection. I'm up in the mountains, so prayerfully this goes well. Thank you so much for having me as a part of Women of Influence. This is so exciting to share the stage with all of you. And for a show of hands, how many of you have experienced skipping through life, feeling really good? You're rocking and rolling, and all of a sudden, life happens. You hit that brick wall, or that unexpected train comes and just smacks you. How many of you have experienced that? Well, those catastrophic moments are those times when we can't rely on that instrument panel, meaning those things that we knew before, or even on experiences of others, because it's so unfamiliar. It's so radical that it causes us to shift at our very core, where we begin to even question ourselves, even question God, the why me sort of thing. But what I realize is when life happens like that, it's really God calling us to tap into our divine greatness and genius. It's God whispering to us to say, I need you to stop getting so cocky and trusting on who you think you are, and lean on me so that I can show you who I am and whose you are. And so this is what I like to call the what just happened in life, right? So you pause and you're thinking, how did this happen? So if it's okay, I want to tell you a little story about my journey. I was so blessed, blessed in the family that I was born into, blessed to, by the age of 25. So this piece of it is by 25, I had lived and worked on 3 continents, North America, Europe, and Asia. I had spoken before Congress. I had already earned my first $1 million, meaning my take-home pay had already achieved that. I was married to a special force operations officer. Life was good. We were rocking and rolling. We were truly living the American dream. And as African Americans, we were going above and beyond what most African Americans experience in this country. I also had the opportunity of starting as a career professional. I decided I wanted to start my own business. So I decided to partner with my business partner, who's still my business partner today, 30 years later, and we opened up a licensed sporting apparel. Now, anyone who knows anything about the licensed sporting apparel industry, think about Nike, Reebok, those companies. So we did licensed sporting apparel for all your major sporting teams, NFL, NBA, golfing, etc., as well as collegiate teams. And so just in that nature, to have to understand and watch the climate changing, what the fans wanted, the buying, etc., was very challenging. But even in that, we built a multi-million-dollar business to the point that we had the opportunity of sponsoring a middleweight boxer by the name of Andrew Maynard, who fought against, if any of you know boxing, Tommy Hearns. And this was at Caesar's Palace. So we were really rocking and rolling. I was like, I can't get any better than this. It was money, 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 right? And it wasn't that we were chasing the dollar. We were living in our passion. We were living in our purpose. And then life opened up another door. Because of my budget experience, international budget experience, I was picked up by the 1996 Olympic Committee, and I had the opportunity of being one of the youngest budget officers to work on the international stage and managing multi-millions of dollars. From there, I was picked up by the 4th largest transportation agency. And I was the youngest executive, rising up the ranks and working. This agency was over $3 billion. And I developed corporate strategies for this size of a company. So I had the background of finance, as Deborah Morrison said, and she and I are great partners. I had the background of strategy. So again, life is good. Life couldn't get any better. I was a dualpreneur, leveraging my daytime job to build my dream. Then all of a sudden, life happened. Life happened in the most unexpected ways, because I took a 4-year sabbatical from corporate, and I said, I just want to do the me time. I want to love on me for 4 months, possibly even 6 months. Money wasn't an issue. My brother had started the Bradford Group, which is a mortgage company. And I thought, well, I'll help him out a little bit, help him with some of his strategies and compliance issues. And then I decided that I wanted to be a part of the company. So I bought into it. For 1 year, life is great. I had made more money than I ever had in my life. And I'm not saying this to boast, but I'm taking you on this financial journey for a reason. I personally was earning over $250,000 in my own company. That was sweet. 2007, 2008, we all know what happened, right? I'm in the mortgage industry. The rug was jerked from under us. Suddenly, my ability to earn money, my ability to eat was stripped away. We had a company that had 17 employees. My brother, who was married with twins, he didn't believe in going down with the ship. As a captain, he bailed. And he left me to handle my company on my own. Well, the challenge was I didn't hold a license, he did. So I had to call mom and dad. Mom, I need to borrow some money so I can get my license. Well, I'm still working to keep all of my employees employed. Well, I did what Deborah Morrison says you never do. You don't rob from your future to pay for your present. Well, I not only robbed from my future to pay for my present, but I robbed from my future to pay for everyone else's presents. So that wonderful retirement income that I had, which was over $1 million, went down to $7,800, literally. So almost $2 million to $7,800. I lived on it. I paid salary for 17 employees. $1 million plus does not go long when you have W-2 employees. So now I'm in a position where my husband's like, Lawanna, you're crazy. I want a divorce. Remember, my brother bails. My husband divorces me. I don't have ability to make money with mortgages. And then I get another knock, a health knock. Lawanna, you have been diagnosed with cancer. What the what? It's like, okay, enough already. And I paused. And I had to take that personal woosah moment where I said, okay, I've been blessed all this time. And this is what we're talking about, women of influence. We don't realize how much we are being influenced by those around us until life hits us, until we get that swift kick in our pants and we realize we've sponged off of those giants around us. And so I had to tap into 2 lessons. My mom said, learn from the mistakes of others because you can't live long enough to make them yourself. Lesson number 2, my dad said, find something in life that you love so much that you do it for free. Well, I love teaching. I love strategy. So I had to figure out strategically how to make the Bradford group survive. I didn't want to follow the Pied Pipers. A lot of you have possibly pivoted. Pivoting to me is a bad word, and I'll tell you why. Because when you pivot, if you really understand the meaning of the word, if you are crystal clear in your vision, to pivot means you change direction. Now your back is to your vision. I challenge you to never pivot, but to reposition to always remain relevant in your life and in your business. And what does that relevancy mean? Only you can define that, because it will always align with your how, your why, your purpose, and your vision, always. And you'll be challenged by the masses saying, wait a minute, but you need to follow everyone going left. But had I followed everyone going left, ladies, I would have closed my doors just like most of my peers did. But I said, no, I'm going to dig deep and I'm going to figure out what's happening in the market, what hasn't been hit. And what hadn't been hit was the commercial side, not like the residential. We were residential, so I said, okay, I know our purpose, I know what we're intended to do. I'm just going to change our products. So rather than residential mortgages, we sold commercial and investment mortgages. We just celebrated 15 years in business and are in year 16. So I'm just real excited about that. And again, it's really, I was able to do that because having financial knowledge, knowing that there's never, ever a lack of resources, it's only a lack of knowledge and wisdom. So don't pray for money, pray for knowledge and wisdom, and it will come. You will know how to make it. And then also being so wedded to my why, to my vision, that nothing, no one, no circumstance was going to shake me from it. And so we're still here today. And so I want to challenge you all that realize that life is going to happen. As my grandmother said, you live long enough, it's going to happen. This isn't about mindset. This is about life's unexpected things that will naturally happen. Where mindset comes in is how you choose to respond to it, how you rise up, how you dig deep into your divine genius, into those great clouds of witnesses, your family, your mother, your father, your friends who've already journeyed that path, who may have planted seeds in you that now you need to tap into and allow them to germinate, right? So that you can get through the dark times and reach to the light. And because of this journey, I actually wrote this story called When Night Falls, and it's in a best-selling collaborative book called 31 Ways of Influence. And I speak on multiple stages telling this very same story, but in much more detail. I'm still in the cancer battle. Most people look at me and they're thinking, what, you have cancer? Oh yeah, it's life. Life happens. You may be unemployed, you may have cancer, you may, whatever, it's life. We all have a termination date. It's how you choose to live and celebrate each and every day. But life happens moment by moment, breath to breath. It's not circumstance by circumstance. And when you can tap into that, then you can find the joy, then you can find the celebration, then you can find, as Deborah Morrison says, that way to navigate through the challenges of life. You then realize that not only are you the captain of your ship, but you're co-captain with the greatest creator who has only the best intention for you. And when you can sit into that, when you can rest in that, life becomes, as Wendy Watkins says, delicious. It becomes delicious. So I want to tell you 5 things to think about. Whenever you go through something, don't run like Chicken Little. Sky is falling. It may feel like it. Don't put your head in the sand like the ostrich. Ask the questions. And if you don't know what questions to ask, pray. What is the right questions that I need to ask for this situation? Then align yourself with the experts, those that have been through it, been there, done there, got the t-shirt, right? Align yourself with them because they're going to be your cheerleaders. Then you want to make sure that you stay wedded to your vision. I don't care what anyone says. Your vision is just that. It's your vision. So stay committed to it. Then I want you to trust your guidance system. Trust the God in you, that it's never going to steer you wrong, but you got to trust it. And then the last thing I want to leave you with is just know that whenever your vision aligns with opportunity, success is inevitable. So with that, I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pastor Ross, for inviting me to the stage. I encourage you to just stay true to you, stay true to your vision, and just know that success is yours. Thank you so much.